Yo, what up? I'm back. I'm back in it since I made a video on this channel. Kind of took a little hiatus, you know what I mean, from the bullshit that was going on in America this year, the whole coronavirus and the whole police brutality and all that nonsense. It just pretty much bothered me. It was distracting in a way. I was like, you know what, man, I can't fucking do no videos at the moment. You know what I mean? But I have one person watching, you know what I mean? I also, the last video I did was Common's like Water for Chocolate, you know what I mean, back in March. I gave that a positive review. Says a classic album, you know what I'm saying? But this time, you know what I mean, I'm gonna do something different. I wanna do this video for a minute now, you know what I mean? Since I love, hip hop, I decided to give y'all a special video for this comeback. You know what I'm saying? Um, y'all read the title. This is gonna be my top 10 hip hop albums of all time. Yes, you read it. Top 10. Yeah, what wanted me to do this video was that just a couple minutes ago, I was on Instagram just scrolling, just minding my business and whatnot, right? And before I start the video, like y'all, want y'all give me a prayer, you know me, because I lost my grandfather this year, passed away in a heart attack, you know me. That just fucked me up. So it was just so much shit going on in my life this year. So hope y'all pray for me, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, as I was saying, what made me want to do this video was that um I was on Instagram just scrolling, see what the hell was going on, whatnot. And Rolling Stone magazine, they did they top 10 greatest albums in hip hop history. So just looking at that list, it kind of bothered me because there's some albums I love, but I feel like there was some albums that didn't supposed to be on there. Like for example, they had the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill at number one. I love that album, but it's not the greatest hip hop album of all time. I'm sorry, it's not. I mean, motherfuckers gonna go insane on me, but I feel like with that album right there, it's a great album. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of feel like at the same time, some people call it a hip hop album, some people call it an R&B album. Like I don't know. It's a great album, but I don't like how the way people, like it's a good album, but I would not consider it number one. Like I said, there's plenty of albums that I'll put over Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's a very critically acclaimed album. That was like the only album she ever came out with. So yeah. But no disrespect to Lauren. You know what I mean? Shout out to her. Um, they had fucking Kanye, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Some of y'all might kill me. I'm not a big fan of the album. Y'all guys must know how I feel about Kanye as a person. I feel like he's an outspoken piece of shit. I love his first three albums. After that, he lost me. I don't know. I was not feeling the production on that album. You know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't my taste. It was just too. I, I don't know, man. It was just too electronic, too poppy. I mean, I know a lot of people like that album because it was kind of like a comeback album from Kanye after he released that bullshit 808s and Heartbreak album. It just wasn't me. I ain't care for that album at all. And they also had Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly, another rapper I'm not really too crazy about. I like that album. I like that better than Good Kid, Mad City. Don't get me wrong. I like it. It's a good album, but people overhyped the fuck out of the album. Like when I was in high school, motherfuckers was calling that shit a classic. I was 15 now. I'm 20 now. Like they said, motherfuckers saying that Busta Rhymes and Method Man don't have an album that's better than that. I mean, come on. Busta Rhymes' first raw albums is way better than anything Kendrick ever put out. I'm sorry. And y'all talking about Meth don't have no classic albums. Listen to Cal 2000 Judgment Day and Blackout Red, man, and see what you got to say. But other than that, nah. To Pimp a Butterfly is a good album, but I would not put that on my top 10 list. It's just not, like, people just give that album too much hype. Like they said, like one motherfucker on Instagram said that they tried to ask which album is better, either that album or Illmatic. I'm like, you can't compare those two albums together. It's totally different. Like, Illmatic was on some like coming of age storytelling hood shit from a teenager's point of view. About the Pimple Butterfly was just talking about, what's going on in the trials and tribulations of black people in America. You know what I'm saying? It's like a political type album in a way. So you can't do that. It's these hipster niggas, y'all. Don't I see it every day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a Kendrick fan like that. I mean, he could spit, but I feel like the dude is overrated as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I prefer J. Cole over Kendrick. Y'all Kendrick fans gonna kill me. Eat these nuts. How about that? Overrate these nuts in your mouth. Pause. Okay, but anyways, so yeah, my list is gonna be fucking better than this shit right here. You know what I mean? Like, these are the albums that played a very big part in my life. Ever since I started listening to hip hop, me evolving as a teenager to a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these albums got me through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? These albums have good replay value. You know what I mean? Like, they don't sound dated at all. Like, from the lyricism to the production to the impact that these albums had in hip hop and music in general, is just undeniable. You know what I'm saying? And this is my list. If you have a problem me not putting a particular album, like, where's such and such, where's such and such, where's Wayne the Carter 3? No, fuck that. No, it's my list. If you don't like it, fuck you. Make your own list. How about that? This is my list. These are the albums that I feel like, I don't know, man. These are albums that just mean the world to me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Without further ado, let's get to it. With number 10, shall we? Number 10 will have to be, this is probably one of the best produced albums I've ever heard in my entire life. Coming from this legendary duo. I don't really hear too many people talk about this album, but I listen to this album damn near every day. This album a lot better than its predecessor. And all my real hip hop heads must know about this joint. I'm talking about this album right here. Pete Rock and CL Smooth's second album, The Main Ingredient, released in 1994. In my opinion, some of Pete Rock's best production is on this album. CL Smooth's lyricism is on point. I mean, it is so instrumental. Like, in my opinion, I kind of like this album a lot better than Mecca and the Soul Brother. And that is a classic fucking album right there. You know what I mean? Like, Troy, Straighten It Out. I mean, Soul Brother #1, Return to Mecca, For Peace Sake, Ghettos of the Mind. I mean, come on. Not a bad song on that album, not a bad song on this album as well. You know what I mean? Like, this album, I kind of feel like not too many people talk about this album because it didn't really have that, same impact that Mecca and the Soul Brother had. I kind of feel like this album was a lot harder. It was a lot darker. I mean, the production was just on point. I mean, Pete Rock, around this time, he was that nigga, you know what I mean, along with Primo and RZA. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got tracks like Carmel City, Take You There, Sun Won't Come Out. Oh my god. That's probably my favorite track on this album. Escape, the Pete Rock solo track, The Main Ingredient, Searching, using the Roy Ayers sample, It's On You, I Gotta Love. I mean, this is a classic fucking album right here. And unfortunately, right after this album came out, Pete Rock and CL, they broke up and stuff like that. And Pete Rock just started producing for other cats, like for Nas, Wu-Tang, everybody and shit like that. And he's one of my favorite producers. He's probably my favorite. I don't know. It's between Dre, him, and Primo. I don't know, man. Like, come on, man. Like, if you're a fan of Mecca and the Soul Brother, this is the album for you. You know what I mean? Like, this album deserves more recognition than it should. You know what I mean? But all the real hip hop heads must know the deal. You know what I'm saying? So this is Pete Rock and CL Smooth, The Main Ingredient. Oh, before I get away from this album, I'm gonna say this. Some of y'all might disagree with me, but I don't give a fuck. If it wasn't for this album right here, there'll be no Kanye West and Jay Dilla. They pretty much got their style from this album. Don't believe me? Jay Dilla, he stated that this album is what inspired him to make beats. The man said out of his own mouth. So yeah. Yeah, y'all. This is Pete Rock and CL Smooth, the main ingredient, released 1994. Classic. Number 9. It's another one. This album got me through some tough times when I lost both my grandparents during my high school days and stuff like that. I kind of feel like he, this dude, he's probably like my favorite member of DITC. And no, it's not who y'all think y'all familiar with. I'm talking about uh Trick y'all there, huh? OC first debut album, Word Life, released in 1994. Another 94 classic. I mean, like OC, the member of DITC, probably my favorite, but along with Big L. Um, oh my god, like the production on this album is just is just boom bap. Just this album right here illustrates Brooklyn, New York back in 1994, along with Biggie Ready to Die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this album right here is kind of like the more the underground version of Illmatic in a way. Um, I mean, like, y'all guys must be familiar with the song Time's Up. All my 8 Mile fans must know about that. Born to Live, the title track, Word Life, Point of Views, Constables, when you talking about police brutality, Let It Slide, Story, Ma Dukes, Ozone. I mean, fucking phenomenal album right here. Like, this album and Jewels are two back-to-back classics right there. You know what I'm saying? Like OC, I feel like a lot of people don't really give OC his credit. Um, like I feel like he should have blown up a lot more. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. But like, cause like I it's hard for me to choose which album is better. Is this album or Jewels? It's just like a ping pong. You know what I mean? Like I go back and forth because those albums right there, like it's just so timeless to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I just love the production, from Buck Wild and Lord Finesse, Organized Confusion, and what's the fucking name? DJ OG. How I compare this album's Illmatic meets Organized Confusion, Stress, The Extinction Agenda. Like you mix those two albums together, you get this right here. So this is OC Word Life, released 1994. This album is very hard to find, but if you find this for a cheap price online, you gotta pick this up because this is a classic right here. OC. Shout out to him. Number 8, another Brooklyn shit right here, man. I mean, like, the moment I first heard this album, man, I just picture myself being in New York. Like, you could just smell the grime coming through this album. You know what I mean? And this is probably like one of my favorite albums produced by DJ Premier. And I'm talking about this one right here. Again, J. Rule Damage's first debut album, The Sunrise in the East, released in 1994. Motherfuckers, man. DJ Premier around 94. I mean, he did this album. He did Gangstar Hard to Earn. Did Nas Illmatic. Biggie Ready to Die. Fucking MOP. Like, Primo was in his bag around 94. And this album right here shows, man, like the production is just so fucking, it's just that grimy boom bap shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could just picture yourself in New York around that period. I mean, like, J. Rule just spitting that conscious superhero code rhymes and shit like that. I mean, this album's known for songs like, Come Clean, The Original, The Bitches, where he go after Fugees, Ain't the Devil Happy, sort of ahead of his time for 94, My Mind Spray, Jungle Music, like I said, Brooklyn Took It, Mental Stamina, which features Alpha Ra. I mean, like, just 13 tracks of raw hip hop, man. Like, you can't go wrong with this shit. Rap for the Math, which came out 2 years later, another slept on album right there. But this album right here, this is the album that every hip hop head must own their collection, man. I'm so lucky to have this joint right here. Like, I played this album non-fucking stop back when I was a teen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're a fan of DJ Premier, fan of Gangstar, fan of real hip hop, this song for you. This is J. Will Damager, The Sunrise in the East, released in 1994. Must cop. Definitely a classic. Okay, number 7. Uh-oh. Y'all not gonna believe this shit right here, man. I'm gonna say this. This is a game-changing album. When this album first came out, it brought the streets back to the forefront. And this man was like a fucking hero. He was like a savior to us. I mean, what can I say? DMX's first debut album is Dark and Hell is Hot, released in 1998. I mean, one word. Classic! DMX in 1998 was a fucking monster, man. Like, this the album that just pretty much killed the whole bad boy, shiny shoe, puffy shit that was going on around like 97, 98. Because, Bad Boy around the time was just pretty much taking over. Because, Biggie passed away. Life after death was crazy out in the streets. Puffy dropped No Way Out. Mace dropped Harlem World. And not saying that 97 was a bad year. I mean, a lot of good albums came out in 97. You know what I mean? Like Jay and My Life Volume 1, OC Jewels, Camp Low, Uptown Saturday Night, Company Flow, Funk Crusher Plus, Royal Flush, Yo Millionaire. Like, I can just go on and on. You know what I mean? But this album right here, DMX, man, he was just a force to be reckoned with during this period. I mean, just coming off his guest appearances, with LL Cool J, The Lox, and all these other cats. Signed with Def Jam. Came off this album to scare niggas with this joint right here. Like, this album saved us. You know what I mean? Like, this has brought the griminess back to hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, every song on this album is amazing. Like, this is DMX in his prime. DMX, one of my favorite rappers of all time. I mean, of course, got the classic Rough Riders anthem. I mean, everybody must know about that. Get at Me Dog with Sheik Luch from the Lox. Stop Being Greedy, ATF. Niggas done started something. How's it going down? Damien, Let Me Fly. X is Coming. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, this is that East Coast gangster shit right here, man. I mean, you can't go wrong. Like, if you love late night hip hop, if you love Def Jam from that period, if you love DMX, this style for you, man. This is hardcore hip hop, man. Straight up. DMX is Dark and Hell is Hot, 1998. Okay, we at how many albums? 6. All right, we at number 6. All right, number 6. I feel like this artist poured his heart and soul out. Just talk about all the shit he been through during the making of this album, and I feel like pretty much Interscope really needed an album that was going to sell. I mean, he was just speaking his mind. In my opinion, this is his most introspective album to date coming from this artist, and this is probably the best album in his catalog. I mean, like, if you want to know how to be a rapper, you got to study from this album. And I'm talking about Tupac's third album, Me Against the World, released in 1995. If y'all guys know me, y'all guys must know how much I praise this album. This is my favorite Tupac album of all time. Definitely his best album. He was going through so much during the making of this shit. I mean, like, around this time, did Poetic Justice. He was, he got shot at in New York, got robbed, blamed Biggie and Puffy for it, went to jail, did the whole thug lifestyle and all that type of shit. He was paranoid, legal trouble. He was all over the news. I mean, like, this album pretty much propelled Tupac as, like, to superstardom in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel like he found his style on this album. Like, this is when I feel like lyrically he was at his. This is when I feel like he was lyrically got better on this album. Like, this is when he improved his style. I mean, like, This is a very, 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 very heartfelt release from Pac. I mean, like the "If I Die Tonight," probably my favorite Pac song of all time. Um, the title track, "Me Against the World," "So Many Tears," "Temptations," "Young Niggas," "Dear Mama," everybody knows about that. "Old School," "Fuck the World," "Death Around the Corner." I mean, like, it's not much to say, man. I mean, like, this is Tupac at his, oh my god, at his most paranoid. You know what I'm saying? And after he came out this album, signed with Death Row, rest is history. You know what I'm saying? This is Pac, Me Against the World, 95. Rest in peace. Okay, we at number five, right here. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, like, with this album, out of the first four releases, this is probably my favorite out of the discography. I kind of feel like you really saw their evolution. They pretty much evolved from the first two releases. I kind of feel like with each album, they got better and better every time they released something. I'm talking about these fucking ATL boys. Outcast, Aquemini, released in 1998. This is my favorite album from them, man, by far, man. I mean, like, this is probably the most experimental album. Um, I feel like both Big Boy and Dre was at their best lyrically, like creatively. It's just so damn dope. You can just experience ATL around '98 with the whole Freak Nicks and shit like that. You know, some of the production is just so funky, it's atmospheric and soulful. It's eclectic. I mean, like, you got songs like Rosa Parks, School on the Barbie with Raekwon, West Savannah, which is a Big Boy solo track, which was supposed to be on Southern Playlistic Cadillac Music. The title track, Aquemini, Spodioli Dopalicious, which is like a spoken word type track. What else? Chunky Fire, The Art of Storytelling with Slick Rick, The Return of the G. Oh man, masterpiece. This is the reason why this album got 5 mics on the source for a reason, man. If you don't know why, check out my review on this album, Outcast Aquemini, 98. Number 6, love him or hate him, but I kind of feel like he pretty much came a long way. I mean, even though this album didn't really have that much attention like that when it first came out in this particular year, even though it was very independent, but years later, I feel like a lot of people start appreciating this album a lot more. And this is probably my favorite mafioso hip hop album ever. It's either this album or Only Built for Cuban Links. You know what I mean? And this coming from a legendary MC from Brooklyn, New York, from Marcy Projects. We talking about Jigga. His first debut album, Reasonable Doubt, released in 1996. The first album from Sean Carter, just telling like a story of a paranoid hustler, just looking through his eyes, his trials and tribulations, his ups and downs, being hungry, like talking about the underworld, talking about the drug game, money. I mean, like, Jay, lyrically, he was just, I don't know how to say it. I mean, like, he was ahead of his time with this album. I mean, like, it's just a well-crafted album. This album is like The Godfather on wax. If you want to compare a classic mafioso album to a classic mafia movie, I'm gonna say this. Only Built for Cuban Links is Scarface. This album is The Godfather. Nas, It Was Written is Casino. Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth is Goodfellas. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mafioso hip hop era, I mean, like Biggie, Life After Death, CNN, War Report, AZ, Do or Die, Coogee Rap, 456, Royal Flush Gale Millionaire, The Firm. I know a lot of people don't like that album, but I like it somewhat. I mean, this album kind of got overlooked in the East versus West beef, but it didn't change the fact this is still a fucking amazing album right here. I mean, like, you got songs like Dead Presidents, Brooklyn's Finest with Biggie, Coming of Age with Memphis Bleak, Friend or Foe, Bring It On, Regrets, The Evils. Oh, my God. This is probably my favorite song off that album. Like, the shit that Jay was spitting was just so ill. Like, Can I Live? This was Hove in his prime. I mean, like, he was just hungry. Like, he was letting niggas know that, like, from all the shit I've been through as a drug dealer, like, I decided to get on the MIC. He decided to tell his story. Came out this classic. And years later, man, he became a superstar. Got better and better with each time. He's definitely one of my favorites of all time. I feel like people don't give Jay enough credit as a lyricist. But you gotta give him his flowers, man. Like, the man, he impacted hip hop like no other rapper would do. You know what I mean? Like, especially when you spitting about hustling, the way Jay broke it down, he was like, it's just like a, I don't know how to say it, man. Like, the way Jay broke down being a hustler, you could just feel his pain on his joint right here. Like, you could just witness the shit he been through. Like, this was just so cinematic. I mean, like, definitely an amazing classic album right here. Like, definitely one of my favorites of all time. You know what I'm saying? So this is Hove, Reasonable Doubt, 96. Another one. I mean, like, this is probably an album that just broke the glass ceiling for hip hop during this period. I kind of feel like just hearing this album now, it don't sound dated. It still sound as amazing as it did when it first came out. I mean, everybody named Mama's had this album right here. And I'm talking about Snoop Dogg's first debut album, Doggy Style, released in 1993. I mean, like, y'all guys must know the deal about this shit right here. I mean, like, this is Snoop first album. I mean, like, Snoop during 1993, you gotta say this, he was like the biggest rap star in the fucking planet. I mean, like, you can't make this shit up. I mean, like, the shit his verse on Deep Cover, the shit he was doing on The Chronic. I mean, people wanted a fucking Snoop album. I mean, just hearing stories that this album was on the, like, you see it, like, people was asking, where is the Snoop album? And it did not even come out yet. Like, this album pretty much broke the spectrum. This is probably, like, the most successful album in hip-hop history until, you know, like, the anticipation of this album was just crazy. Like, no other rapper would capture that until 50 came out with Get Rich or Die Trying. Like, both albums lived up to the hype. Like, the critical acclaim matched the hype and the success, which is crazy. Like, not too many hip-hop albums do that nowadays. I feel like Snoop, like, the way he was flowing and shit was just impeccable. The production from Dre and Daz Dillinger is just funky, it's fresh. Like, it's like a party type album. You know what I mean? Like, I could just, you listen to this album, you feel like this shit just already came out. I mean, this is definitely his best album. But the niggas that say this is only good album, I gotta disagree. I mean, yes, this is his best work. But check out No Limit, Top Dog, Last Meal, The East Siders, Blue Carpet Treatment, and go from there. Like, Snoop, he has an underrated discography. I kind of feel like people shit on Snoop. They say he's whack and all type of stuff. I'm like, fuck that. I mean, Snoop, he's one of the greatest of all to ever do it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, every song on this album is just a banger. I mean, like, you can't go wrong. This is G-Funk to its core. I mean, the classic, Gin and Juice, What's My Name, Murder Was the Case, Ain't No Fun, Nate Dogg killed that shit. Rest in peace. G's and Hustlers, Pump Pump, Lottie Dottie, The Shiznit, where he just freestyled the whole fucking song. Oh man, I mean, like, I just love this album. Anything from the artwork to the production to the lyrics, the impact this had. It's a very embraced album right here in hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not a fan of hip hop, you should must own this album. This is Snoop Doggy Style 1993 classic. And I'm talking about the album that came out before Doggy Style. It's number 2. Y'all guys must already know about this. Dr. Dre first debut album, The Chronic, released in 1992. I mean, Dre left, NWA broke up. Dre started doing his own thing, hooked up with Suge Knight and DLC, started Death Row Records, got shit popping from there, came out with Deep Cover with Snoop, and Dre came off this album. And this album right here is kind of like the hip hop version of Michael Jackson Thriller. Reason why I say it, because when you listen to Thriller, how the way the album was mixed, like, it's just so pristine, it's so crystal clear, it's just crisp. You know what I'm saying? And this album right here, I kind of like this some of the best audio mixing I've ever heard in my fucking entire life. I mean, like, the way Dre mixes certain songs is just, it's just so dope. You know what I mean? Like, it don't sound dusty at all. You know what I mean? Like, it still sounds brand new. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like, this right here just pretty much changed the game for West Coast hip hop. I mean, this kind of like took G Funk to a whole new other level. I mean, a lot of people will credit Above the Law for creating it, but Dre pretty much blew it up. You know what I mean? Like, out to the mainstream. You know what I mean? Like, he even made it even better. You know what I mean? I mean, like, which album is better? Either this album or Doggy Style? It's kind of hard to say. But I'm gonna say this though, Doggy Style aged better than this album, but impact wise, this album right here, because without this album, Death Row would not be a huge label that it is today. Like, it wouldn't be no Snoop, and wouldn't be no Dog Pound, RBX, Warren G, Lady of Rage. It wouldn't be no Suge dominance, no huge Pac signing. West Coast hip hop would not be the same without this album right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would not be other artists that'll come through after the Death Row era. Like, you know, the whole G Unit and, you know, Eminem and Kendrick Lamar. None of that shit. I mean, like, this album right here, man, it's like a blueprint to West Coast hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got, like, Fuck with Dre Day, when Snoop and Dre diss Eazy-E, Uncle Luke and Tim Dog, Nothing But a G Thing, Little Ghetto Boy, Day the Niggas Took Over, Nigga with a Gun, Rat-tat-tat-tat, Stranded on Death Row, Bitches Ain't Shit. I mean, you know, this album, you know, got Snoop on there, got the whole Death Row clique. Snoop was pretty much the MVP on this album right here. And that's why what led to Doggy Style coming out. So, yeah, this is a masterpiece of an album right here. I mean, like, if this album's not in your top 5, top 10, I question your knowledge on rap music. That's all I gotta say. So, yeah, this is Dr. Dre, The Chronic, 1992. Masterpiece. Number 1. My favorite album ever. I mean, like, I don't need to get into. I mean, like, what more can I say? Nas Illmatic, released in 1994. Oh my god, man. This album got 5 mics for a reason. I mean, like, this is probably the best 40 minutes you will ever have in a hip hop album. A lot of people would debate whether it's this album or Raekwon Only Built for Cuban Links as the greatest hip hop album of all time. I'm not mad at that, because Only Built for Cuban Links, that's a fucking masterpiece as well. But this album resonated with me more because, especially when it comes to listening to hip hop, like, it definitely influenced me to become a rap artist. Like, I've really studied off this album just like the others. I mean, like, this album, man, it's just like a blueprint on how to make a perfect debut album. Like, Nas, you know, coming from Queensbridge, you know, talking about the shit he been through, what he saw, put all that into this album right here. You know what I mean? Like, you got an all-star production cast with DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Q-Tip, Large Professor, LES. I mean, the album got 10 tracks. I mean, like, The World Is Yours, Halftime. The World Is Yours is probably my favorite track on this album. You know, Memory Lane, One Love, Represent, It Ain't Hard to Tell, Life's a Bitch, AZ first appearance on Wax, killed that shit. I mean, like, everything about this album, man, is just so special and near and dear to my heart. It means a lot to me. It's sad I never did a review on this album. I will be doing a review on this album someday, so be on the lookout for that. I mean, like this is like I said, when I talked about Tupac with Me Against the World, if you want to be an MC, if you want to study how to be a lyricist or how to make a good album, you gotta study this album, man. So yeah, I mean, like, you can't go wrong with this shit, man. So this is probably the reason why most people would say 94 is the greatest year, you know what I mean, or 96. But this album right here, man, I just fucking adore this album so much. Like, this is my favorite album ever, period. You know what I mean? Like, I can just listen to this album all day. You know what I mean? Like, this is, like, what can I say? This album best illustrates New York in the 90s during that period. Like, because New York back then was just so fucking crazy. You know, like, you could just picture yourself being in Queensbridge during that period. You know what I mean? So, yeah. This is Esco, Illmatic, 94. Classic, man. The greatest hip-hop album ever. Alright? Now, my honorable mentions. Hold on for a second, y'all. I gotta do something real quick. Stay tuned real quick. Alright. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Stay put. Alright, so yeah, these the honorable mentions right here. You know what I mean? Okay, honorable mentions. Most Def Black on Both Sides, released in 1999. Raekwon, Only Built for Cuban Links, 1995. Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders, 1993. Mobb Deep, The Infamous, released in 1995. Rest in Peace, Prodigy. Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet, 1990. Those are my honorable mentions. And Biggie, Ready to Die, even though I don't have the album, but I was gonna put it in my top 10, but I decided to put in my honorable mentions instead. Know what I mean? Yeah, folks, that was my top 10 favorite albums in hip hop. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the video. You know, fuck with me. You know what I mean? Let me show y'all my top 10. If y'all think this list was better than that Rolling Stone bullshit, give me your thoughts in the comment section. And also, after y'all finish watching this video, go in the comment section and post your top 10 favorite albums of all time. So y'all can, you know, so I can, you know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? So we can network. You know what I'm saying? Like after you finish watching this video, like I said, Give me your thoughts in the comment box. Post your top 10. You know what I mean? After y'all finish, after this live stream is over. So yeah, man, this is the first video for me in a while. You know what I mean? I had to, do this video just to put this out here for y'all guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, thanks for fucking with me. You know what I mean? This your boy KRD1999. Hope y'all have a good night. You know what I mean? So yeah, stay tuned for some more shit. By the way, fighting this video, I got a new album coming out very, very soon. Just wait. All right. So yeah, because I got something special for y'all. All right, y'all. That was it for the video. Give me your thoughts in the comment box as always. Post your top 10 in the comment section. Hope y'all enjoy it. Salute.